miles. And that's the BBC News at 3 minutes past 6, and next at 6:30.
Do you think we're the only people not on holiday?
There's no one around.
I know.
Where's everyone gone?
It's the 13th of August. It's all very private. Have you got your swims on?
Yes, have you?
I've got my bikini on. Oh, I love that man. Chris Rea. Fool if you think it's over. Of course it's not over. Come on, we're getting on. It's 7 minutes past some ungodly hour, 6 o'clock. We have a week. Don't even talk about it. It was a weekend that was very, very busy, and I think I'll probably feel much, much better tomorrow. It was a sort of a 3 out of 10. Very, very busy. I mean, you need to sort of have good sleeps and wandering about and do weeding and, you know, all the stuff that you do when you're not working. Right. Forces pen pals. I think we have to concentrate on this, and we'll have to we'll dig up from the BBC that lovely article on I think it was Thursday, or was it Friday? And Darren Jenkins, morning Darren. On Thursday I heard Sarah mention writing to members of the armed forces. You can either fall in love with them, or you can just sort of write and say, well done you, and, you know, tell us what it's like. I missed how to go about this. Could you give me details, please? My daughter would like to begin writing. Many thanks. Enjoy the show on the way to work. I'm on a shift at Wrexham Mauled Hospital. We'll try and do that. I'll sort that out for you tomorrow. So I think we should do that, don't you? And the love scenes. I want to kiss you till my lips grow numb. Now, what I would like to say to you, if I may, is that coincidence is small world. It's really taken off, and I will be talking to the publisher. I was meant to be talking to the publisher on Friday, but we'll be talking to the girls concerned, or men concerned, on this week. And so keep 'em coming. That's all I will say. Ian Baker, my partners encouraged me to tell the story that happened to my mum, brother and myself when our family, sorry about the rattling of the paper, emigrated from New Zealand back in the early 1970s. My mum and dad, both English, emigrated to New Zealand just after they were married in the early 1960s. After 13 years, my mum had terrible homesickness. Having arrived in the UK, we stayed in London with my mum's sister's family. We'd only been back a short amount of weeks. My mum began to wonder if we'd done the right thing. I'm going through that situation just at the moment, but I won't be boring you with that until I come to a conclusion. All right? One cold February morning, it's going to be on us before we can see Jack Robinson or Doris Stokes. One cold February morning, my mum took my brother and myself on a day out to see the sights of London. I could tell my mum was feeling at odds with herself during the day. She decided to take us to Regent's Park. We came across a bench that was occupied by an elderly lady. My mum was forever striking up conversations with people, and this occasion was no different. The lady seemed to warm to my mum immediately, and they were soon nattering. She asked my mum where we were from, as the accent we had acquired was familiar. New Zealand? My mum replied. The lady said she'd once lived in New Zealand, and followed by asking exactly where. My mum replied, Papakura? I can recall the lady looking exasperated. She said, what a coincidence. I lived in Papakura. Turned out that she'd lived around from the street where we once lived. My mum found out that the lady had returned back to the UK too, and had done so with family. Needless to say, my mum was forever grateful for that day, as she'd come to terms with the decision to leave New Zealand to come back to Britain following the friendly chat with this elderly lady. I mean, that is weird, isn't it? On a cold February morning in Regent's Park. Oh, weirdy, weirdy. all our Iraqi soldiers, they're looking for pen pals.
The streets are these lights in our hearts, they tell no lies.
Little food parcels. Right, that was Richard Hawley. Right. Well, I'll leave that just for a tiny bit, and so that you can get yourself sorted out. I did speak to my mate, who's our producer, Carmela Clemente, Doris Spottiswood, and I said, could we have dueling banjos? He's from Suffolk. Favourite film, The Last of the Mohicans. Richard, oh, I've got him. Oh no. I've got to stop this. I'm just enjoying myself. I'm enjoying myself, and I'm at work. 88 to 91 FM, Radio 2 from the BBC. We've got, look, I'm going to show you this.
Oh, he's good looking. She looks like a nice girl.
She's lovely. She's lovely. Now this, if you have just woken up, Lynn and we're going to spearhead this, aren't we? Iraq soldier. Well, we are.
God, they must be terrified now we're spearheading it.
Radio 2, we can do this. Come on, everybody out there who you're not on holiday. Iraq soldiers look for pen pals. For the soldier out in Iraq, the path to true love is littered with obstacles. One is meeting someone in the first place. So I think I've always thought we could be a good dating agency. Reports from our troops in Afghanistan and Iraq. Are you ready for this?
Right.
Okay. So, some of the force's most eligible men and women, and they're all in their 20s, and, are putting themselves alongside the country's most desirable properties in Country Life magazine. Not all want to get married, other halves, but are to help distract them from their surroundings. Well, that's what Radio 2 can do. We're a public service doings, aren't we?
Yes.
Hello. Have you fallen asleep? For most of us, it's difficult life must be like for the... oh, it's all gone a bit funny here on my little printing. So we've asked young of the British Army's finest about their experiences about themselves. They're unmarried. They might have another half or they might not. They just want basically parcels, a little bit of fun, a bit of home. Rupert Ulof, the magazine's feature editor, himself a former ossifer, said young single people, it's similar to a dating website, I suppose. Some of the girlfriends, so it's a bit of tongue-in-cheek, but who knows where... Well, we can do that, Lynn.
So how do we... Come on, all right.
Well,
how do we do it?
No, I've got it all sorted out. Well, you've got to do your travel in a minute. Letters and parcels should be sent identifying the soldier and regiment... Oh, we don't know that yet. 10 BFPO 641. So it's Operation Telicio, Telicio. I think I quite fancy that man from the...
BBC Radio 2.
Can you see me with a medal? Mrs. General.
Military bearing, that's what you've got.
I have.
Quite a wet picture this morning in Scotland. As a good deal of 100, 200.
I've got more details now.
Oh, excellent.
Right. Who are we going to pen pal then? For the soldier out in Iraq, the path to true love is littered with obstacles, and one of the main ones is meeting someone in the first place. So now some of the force's most eligible men and women are putting themselves on the market alongside the country's most desirable properties in Country Life magazine. Not all want to get married, and some have other halves, but all are looking for pen pals to help distract them from their hostile... So I think we can help on this, don't you?
Just have a go.